Yeah.
But it gets to a certain point, bro, where you gotta like all the friendships and shit, that's gonna keep you back sometimes. So I'm like,
say that louder, please. The people you keep around, say that louder.
You gotta watch the company you keep. And my niggas, they know that.
Yeah.
But it's just sometimes like you gotta separate yourself from what you really want to do.
Yeah.
And like if they not on the same exact path that you're on, you gotta distance yourself a little bit. But it's all love at the end of the day. They didn't know that. A lot of people don't know that JUCO struggle. He'll tell you it's a different ball game.
They try to show people on Netflix. They try to show people that stuff, but they're like, they like to judge, and I'm like,
it's your journey. Your journey's different than everybody else's, and
thanks.
When we talking about that long route, I feel like I'm really taking a long route.
Yeah. Say what you said, back at it again, man, with my dog Stacy in the building.
What's happening?
What's good with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm blessed, man. Can't complain. You already know how I get.
Man, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man.
No problem, bro. I appreciate you coming out here from Phoenix, mobbing, showing interest in me.
Of course, man, of course. Hey, it's all right, man. You can relax a little bit.
Can I kick back, bro?
Yeah. Camera sees you.
All right. Let me scoot.
Good? Yeah, right there. Man, so let's just talk about it, man. How you get started playing this game, man? How you get started?
Originally, I don't know, I'll probably tell you this story before I tell a lot of people this, but originally football wasn't even my number one.
Really?
I told you before, I ran track. I was running track from Pee-wees to high school. After high school, I actually quit football. My senior year. You know how I get. You don't get no offers.
Yeah.
I was hella graduated. I was 12th grade.
D2s, no
nothing, bro. When I graduated,
Really?
I was like 140, 130.
Oh, that's why. That's why you was a track star.
Yeah, I was fast, but as far as the size, the coaches really wasn't messing. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best not to, but the coaches.
No. It's uncensored.
Okay, yeah.
Plus, there's not a lot of people that watch this, so I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah. But yeah, coach really wasn't fucking with me, so I'm like, all right, forget this football stuff. Let me just focus on track, because I was good at track.
Yeah.
Long jump, triple jump, I was good. So ended up going to Cerritos College over there in Norwalk.
Man, Cerritos. Cerritos not even that. Mount Sac Dogs. Anyways, go ahead.
I went over there. I did actually 3 years over there because I had to get my AA. After the first year of track, we had like a potluck for the football game, first football game. So when I was over there watching the football team do what they do, I'm looking like, damn, I kind of missed this. So next year come around, I joined the football team, have a good year, good freshman year. Still got to get the AA, so now it's still school and football. You know how that get.
Yeah.
In junior college, there ain't really too many people on you. Yeah. In high school, I wasn't messing with the school stuff anyway. So.
Yeah. Did you have good grades coming out of high school?
I mean, I wasn't no dummy, but.
I mean, we know you're not no dummy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying in general, like. Just being real.
Yeah, I had a solid GPA, but it was the SATs and all that.
Okay. Did you take them?
I never took them. Because I didn't think I needed them. But
yeah.
So when I got to junior college, I had to get my AA. Got my AA, and then the second year around for junior college playing football, that's when I started getting offers and stuff like that.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, shoot, that's Cerritos. What made you choose Cerritos? It was just closer to you?
Yeah, this was like 10, 15 minutes away from the crib.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to go to like LBCC, El Camino.
That's some good school.
That's where all the homies was at.
Yeah.
But it gets to a certain point, bro, where you gotta like all the friendships and shit, that's gonna keep you back sometimes. So I'm like,
say that louder, please. The people you keep around, say that louder.
You gotta watch the company you keep. And my niggas, they know that. Yeah. But it's just sometimes like you gotta separate yourself from what you really want to do. Yeah. And like if they not on the same exact path that you're on, you gotta distance yourself a little bit. But it's all love at the end of the day. They didn't know that.
Yeah, because I remember that too. I was Colony, so IE, usually a lot of kids, they go straight up to Chafee.
Right.
They go straight up to Chafee, and I was like, Nah, if I want to play Division I, I need to actually see if I could,
Right.
you know, survive in the trenches. Like I think Mount Sac really showed me. Like I don't know, JUCO is different.
Mount Sac hard too. They're one of the
JUCO
tops.
different.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that JUCO struggle. He'll tell you it's a different ball game.
They try to show people on Netflix. They try to show people that stuff, but they're like,
They
they like to judge, and I'm like,
they're not getting every aspect. As far as like across the street from Cerritos, it was like a football crib. They was living like 10 deep in that motherfucker.
You had that too?
I wasn't living in there because I was close to the crib. I was with moms.
I was very fortunate. I did the commute, so I was 30 minutes with traffic, probably like 35 that traffic though.
That's not too bad.
Nah, it's not. It wasn't bad at all. But I remember this. I'll never forget that. I walked up in the crib. There was 3 people in the living room, 2 people to the back room, and like 3 people to the other room.
Yeah, bro.
And that kitchen was
nasty than a motherfucker.
I was like, yo, because ain't none of them gonna clean it. You know, everybody like, nah, he did it, nah, he did it, nah, he did it. So yeah, it was that JUCO life was something. Cause
and it lets you know if you really like want to play ball or not. Cause if you can live in those conditions and then you feel me, really just thug it out. Yeah, I mean,
there's some guys that did it that made it. I remember one dude, he made it. He went to ASU. He was cold. He was a safety. And he did it. He was living in those conditions. Right. And I was like, that's a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's an everyday struggle.
Yeah, but that's a real struggle. Out of my JUCO, we had I don't know if you DJ Reed. He just signed to the Jets. He played corner. Ramon Jerry Stevenson. He on the Patriots right now. And I think they was living like that too. So.
So you had some people in here.
Yeah, we had a couple. We had a couple dudes. Yeah. This one more I can't think of it off the top, but
you next up, huh?
Come on, man. That's the goal, bro. Won't stop until I get that. But you know how I get, bro. Yeah. It's your journey. Your journey's different than everybody else's. And when we talking about that long route, I feel like I'm really taking a long route. Yeah. Especially when from JUCO to here is 2 years. Yeah. Usually it's 2 years. Yeah. With COVID and everything, I've been here about coming on 4 years, bro. I'm thinking I'm doing 2 and out. Oh, and this shit is really like, and it's not, I can't even say it's flying by. Because COVID made everything feel like shit's going just super slow-mo now. Yeah. Like I feel like I'm in a time warp or some shit out here. Yeah. But
because you kind of doing the same things over and over again?
Same things over and over again. Waking up.
Small town, too.
Small town, I go to the grocery store one day, you might see somebody. The next week, you're going to see them again. Yeah. Type shit. You feel me? So,
especially if you go at the same time or have a routine.
Right, bro.
Like, it's crazy when I was, after football, I was living out here. It was more like, it was like you said, a time warp. It was like every day I was living the same thing. Wake up, go to work, or it was wake up, go to work, go work out, chill with whoever, and then go back home. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was like the same thing every day, and it was like wake up, go hang out with my girl now, and then that's it's like it's crazy. So it was like a never ending loop, but it's crazy how it sucks you in a little bit. Like I ain't gonna lie, I got a little comfortable when I was here by myself, like on my own, like paying rent, like doing the same things over and over again.
You get used to it. I mean, but it's just something like in my situation right now. So I came in 2018, right? 2018. All the homies, my recruiting class, we good. NAU's up. This is before COVID. NAU's up. So fast forward to right now, 2022. Everybody gone. All the homies gone. Every single one. You got me. You got my boy Jonas. Probably Wawa, Sweeney.
And those are guys from Sours.
Everybody else, bro, is gone. Literally gone.
Yeah. All right, hold on. We gonna get into that. But I had a question. Like, so, what made you choose to go to NAU? You said you got a couple. Did you have different? You had different offers?
Hey, I had a lot of offers on the East Coast, Conference USA. Yeah. But what predominantly made me choose NAU. So before I took this visit, I went to Houston Baptist. I had my visit over there. They had old boy who just got drafted, the quarterback. He was actually my host. And he was saying, you come here, you're going to catch this amount of balls, this many yards. Like, for sure, he's telling me all this. Like, so, but
it sounded good, though.
It sounded real good. So, off the rim, I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that. Straight out of JUCO, I like that. But I had to make pretty much a business decision. So, on my visit, I didn't get home until probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. Cause you know it's Houston. It's a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. So while I'm in the hotel, I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I come here, bro, I'm gonna get distracted. Like, this is like they got everything, food, women, all that. They got everything you want to do. Yeah. But if I really come here, cause it's just like
and it's bigger in Texas.
Come on now, everything. Anyway, bro, but. Yeah, I was just like, man, if I come here, I'm not going to accomplish what I need to accomplish. Yeah. And I had very strict goals. Like, I need to do this, I need to do that to get to where I want to be, and that's the NFL. Yeah. And I didn't see myself doing it there just because I was a young nigga growing up. I'm a young nigga coming in. I'm like, okay, I don't want to get this much distracted. Yeah. Next weekend come, I go to NAU. First, the visit was cool. It was fun. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, it's a small town. I'm not going to be able to get into as much trouble here. Yeah. And that's just me. I just know myself. I'm a venture off. Yeah. Phoenix is 2 hours away. If I want to do that, I can do that. Yeah. Vegas, 3 hours. If I want to do that, I can do that. Yeah. But I was just like, okay, I could see myself accomplishing what I need to accomplish here. And then the players that came before me, like E-Buck, Goofy, all them, I'm like, okay.
Who's your host?
E-Buck. Okay. Yeah, so, and then they were showing me all them like clips of like Goofy, because I feel like me and him, especially coming in, have very similar traits, body frames, everything.
Very similar.
Yeah, really,
yeah, almost exactly alike.
You feel me, nigga? So I'm like, okay, if he's doing this here, I could do this here. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So
it's crazy how like they recruit kind of like the same type of players.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I just knew that off the rip. Like when Coach Flu was showing me all, and I'm like, this nigga do exactly what I be doing. And he's averaging what, 1,500 yards a season. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm coming over here, I'm gonna eat. Yeah. You know, so. And then another thing that factored into this, one too far from the crib. If I need to drive back, I can drive back. Yeah. And that's really what I wanted. Houston, I got to take a flight, all that shit. I'm not, I wouldn't rock.
It's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder. So that's pretty much what made me make my decision to come here.
Okay, that's dope. I mean, shoot, that was facts about that Goofy thing, though.
Yeah, bro, that was like a big, like when Coach Flu was coming to Cerritos and showing me, I'm like, who is this? Like, who is this nigga? Is he still gonna be here when I get here? I thought me and him with a vibe, but he was on his way out. I'm like, all right, it's a good chance for me to come in and replace him, type shit. So, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it must feel like it's a different side. I had a different side of that, right? Because I was yeah, it was. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I tell you right now, tell the people right now, our relationship did not start out like this. Right. I tell you that for a fact. Yeah, I mean, it took a while. It took me a while to like understand the game, understand politics. Like, because I thought for sure, like, all right, you just come in, you ball, like they'll just mess with you. Like, nah, they gotta go get. They might not even give you that opportunity, and they might give it to the next guy. And so that's when I was like, oh my gosh, a whole nother year. I'm out here during the summer grinding. I'm showing them I want to be here. And then as soon as you get here, how are you going with the ones? I was like, what the I was like, yo. And he already had his guys that were there, like Chance and Justice.
E-Bud, everybody.
Yeah, and E-Bud had came back. And I was like, okay, so that room gonna be stacked. I'm back to scout team. I was like, man, that shit was crazy though. So yeah, the relationship did not start out like that. I'll tell you that. But I mean, when you got here, what was the biggest difference? Like, JUCO and like coming here. Like, what would you notice? Like it could be like locker room, campus, like all that. Like, what'd you notice different?
Pretty much the speed. Campus is more help. Like I said in JUCO, they not really on you to do nothing. Like if you don't want to do anything, you're not gonna do anything, and you won't make it out. But the speed of practice, size really wasn't too different. When I was 20, I went up against a nigga that was like 29, 28. So like the sizes weren't really too different. You feel me? So
them Southern Utah boys,
Southern Utah niggas,
different.
Yeah, they coming in 30 years old, fresh off the mission. So
yeah,
it's a different breed. And one thing actually was the playbook. It took me a minute to learn that motherfucker, bro.
Really?
Yeah, really. The reason I think I really got it is because remember when I came in, I got hurt. my shoulder.
Yeah.
It gave me the time to really, because I never would look at it. Like I never even like, okay, what we're doing that day is what I'm focusing on that day.
Yeah.
I come into the meeting and I'm like, all right, I got to learn 10 plays today. That's mainly what we're focusing on.
That was your goal.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
But like when I really got hurt, it gave me time to really like open the playbook from front to back. And I was really just going through it, watching film, sitting back, listening to the critiques that like they were saying to the starters and shit like that. So
hey, I had a question. Did you hear about not hear about it, but did you hear about Chance's visits and stuff? Like when he came up here, he was getting recruited and all that.
Chance visits?
Bro, that man was writing down the plays.
Yeah, that nigga, bro, you didn't see how he takes notes? And
yes, bro. No, I did. But I was just asking if you were. He was a freshman. He was not. He was not there yet. Like he went to the spring games, saw plays, and wrote them down in his book. And I, like that man was not. He wasn't talking to nobody. He wasn't messing with nobody when he came in. He was coming in taking on people's heads when he first came in.
He was trying to take a job. I mean, that's ideally that's how you're supposed to do it. I'm like,
but I mean, there's personalities to it. Like I thought, like at least he come in, be friendly, be cool. Like nah, you couldn't mess with that man at all.
What was it? I seen they was talking about something.
I've never seen that before.
They say like for the first 3 years he even talked to nobody type shit. Like
first two. I mean, the second year he warmed up more. Like he was more like talkative. Like I had conversations with him. Yeah. Like he was more like open. And then the third year, like at least in the receiver room, he was like way more open. Like me and Khalil could mess with him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like so it was cool. Like that third year.
Yeah, I didn't understand that because when I came in, he was cool. We weren't chopping up crazy, but like if I had something to ask or just something like feel me, I needed to tell him. Yeah. He'd respond and not in like no sheltered answer. Like he gonna give me like a real answer, like a real. Cause I play around a lot, so like nobody off limits me. If I see you in the corner, I'm gonna talk to you, and he talk back. Yeah. So, you remember when we me and him thundered on in the shit? Where? I don't think nobody was even in there. And
it was. I was in there.
It was a couple niggas in. We ain't gonna speak on that, bro.
Yeah, that was funny.
We ain't gonna speak on that, bro. He know what happened, bro. I know what happened. We ain't gonna speak on that.
That was actually pretty funny.
That's what I knew.
You was on everybody right there.
Yeah, bro.
That was funny.
Yeah, and that's what I know. I'm like, this nigga cool, bro. I don't know what you niggas like. This nigga is cool.
Nah, he is. Like I said, he was just quiet. And then the people he don't want to talk to, he won't give them the time of day.
I mean, he more open now. Like he real.
Yeah, he on the podcast now.
On the podcast, he doing his thing.
Shout out Chance. You doing your thing,
bro. And that's a real solid nigga. Like like I stayed with him. I stayed with him for a month during. I think that was during 2019, 2020.
During COVID.
And it was actually like I was just up here like bored, kind of like what I'm doing now. Yeah, I was up here bored, and I used to like chop it up. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm finna come out there, just on some like bullshit, like playing. Yeah, and he was like, slide, and then I kind of like, oh, okay, that was it. That was it. And then it was another time. It was like later that week or the next week. He hit me. It was like, you sliding or what? Pop said, what's up? Get your ass out here. I'm like, all right, nigga, I'm on my way. I packed the bag. I was over there. I didn't even expect to stay over there that long, but I was over there like a month, bro. And when I tell you, like before that, I never took the weights, really like take care of my body serious. Nigga taught me how to do that on some real shit. Like,
bro, I had never seen so much transformation go from like you was, I don't know how to explain. You was like this to like this,
I told you, I came in here, my lightest was 155. And I'm like, that's cool. The first thing I played, 160. I was cool with that. I was fast. I didn't really take too much punishment, so it was cool. Yeah. And he was explaining to me like, okay, you're fast. What if you're fast and strong? So I'm like, okay.
No, that's facts.
And then once he realized like my goal was to get to the league, and like he saw I was serious about that. Yeah. All right, come fuck with me. Like, I got you. If this is what you want to do, I'm with you. Cause that's his goal too. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Birds with feathers flock together. So I feel like that was cool on his part, and they didn't expect nothing in return. Yeah. Even though you feel me, when people reach that, when I reached that level, I got him. You know that. I got him. Pops, shout out to Pops too. Everybody in that household really held it down without expecting nothing. Yeah. And I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, that's lifetime relationships right there. You know,
no doubt.
And that was built in college, and over a summer, over like whatever, like. Yeah, he a cool dude. Like when I talk to him too, the same way.
Cool dude.
And he always even like never changed really. I was like, so that's what I respect the most. But that's like a journey in and of itself. Like,
man, bro, and now I'll be looking back at that and just like, I done been through some shit. Like a lot of shit that would have broke a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Especially like at a time I was doing it all by myself.
Yeah.
Like I got a couple people in my circle up here, two of the homegirls that really just be rocking with me. You feel me? Like really just be. They was there when I blew my knee out. I reached the bottom of the bottoms after that. But they was rocking with me that whole time. Yeah, they was rocking me the whole time. I got major love for them.
Yeah. So, could you kind of give like, first of all, let's talk about the year that we were there. Me, Khalil, and all them. Can you kind of give us a rundown like how that year felt? Cause y'all was on one. Like y'all three was on one. Like you, BP, and Hendrix. Y'all was on one that year, and I think that's the most. I'm not gonna say the most because I don't know what Eba and Goofy did. Like I don't know what numbers they did. But like as far, because I think Hunter HB, I don't know if you heard of him.
No, I don't know.
But before he was before you were there. Same year as Goofy, they all graduated. But like I don't know what numbers them three did. But y'all had some crazy numbers when y'all put up the last year I was there. I was like, so kind of go from like the highs, and then we'll talk about like.
Okay, so coming into that year, that was the season of spring ball where everybody was getting knocked off, like everybody was getting hurt.
Yeah.
And then coming into that season, me, Hendrix, BP, never like at one time, I think practiced with Case at the same time. Yeah. So we really didn't have no chemistry. We really didn't even throw like on some meet up on the field and throw. So there was no chemistry coming into that season. So
he wasn't like that though.
Huh?
Yeah, can say Case. He wasn't
like the type to like hit you up.
Type to hit you up. If you hit him up and ask him, he might.
Yeah.
I think I asked him maybe once or twice to stay after practice. But that man was, taking every one rep and a whole ton of other reps and you know what I'm saying, in practice.
And we knew that. Like, yeah, you know that coming in. He's more like I'll tell you, like as a teaching aspect of like talking to you one-on-one instead of just like going out there and throwing. It's like, okay, I need you to, when you run that, run like this. Or watch film. It's like, okay, when you see how you did that, I need you to do it like this. And the ball gonna be right there. Yeah. So that's the more the relationship we had coming into that season. So coming into that season, like everybody was saying, oh, they don't have no chemistry. We don't know how it's gonna go. It's just Cases last year or the year off of injury.
Yeah.
So
because he was out.
Yeah. So coming into like the first game, played Missouri State. It was a good game. We won, Yeah. He didn't even throw me my first touchdown. It was actually BP on the double pass. The first touchdown ever. But so after that, we played U of A. And it wasn't there yet, but you can see like glimpses of it. Like Hendrix would go for I think Hendrix went for 100 that game. I went for 60, BP went for 50 type shit. Yeah. So it didn't really build that.
Hendrix went 100 that game?
Went 108. I think. It's freshman.
I don't remember that.
I think it was
I thought he had a couple catches. I didn't know he went for 100.
He had one long one that really boosted his shit. Really boosted his shit a lot. Yeah. So that's when I knew he was legit. But so later on in the season, or not later, a couple games, next game go by, and then we played Western New Mexico. I don't know if you remember this. The game I had pink eye, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was playing with pink eye, so I only had one contact in. Yeah. I had no catches, no nothing that game, and I was really looking down on I'm like, this is like a D2. No disrespect, but it's like a D2. And
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, bro,
give me the ball.
I'm not getting the ball. Even the balls that I caught a ball, they called it back. Another ball, I think I dropped the ball in the end zone. It was a post, I dropped it in the end zone. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I'm weak. This is damn. This is not for. I was thinking to myself during the game, this is not for me. Am I even a football player type shit?
What? You got that down?
I was down on myself, bro. Because you.
But in one game, you got that down.
In one game, I was second down on myself, and that's.
It's not like. I mean, let's be real. It's not like you ain't dropped a pass before.
I know,
I remember the fall camp and all that stuff. That's.
Yeah, bro. But that's a different in game. The bleachers filled, and these are the catches I'm supposed to make. I'm dropping. I'm like, fuck. I had a real bad problem with doing that. Even in practice, bro, when I would drop a bus, I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, but Case is coming to the sideline. Game's over. Case is like, bro, it is what it is. You did what you did. Move on to the next game. I'm going to still come to you in the next game. Same way I'm coming to you this game. That's where we play Illinois State. Next game, I had 9 catches, didn't drop 1 ball. Yeah. So now my confidence backs up. I'm like, before that game even started, I used to pray a lot before the game. I still do. Yeah. I'm talking to God. I'm talking before the game. I'm like, if this is not for me, give me a sign. Just give me a sign so I can know now and be like, start focusing on. This is how I think, bro.
Okay,
like,
go ahead.
This is really how I think. Like,
it might help someone else too.
Man, like, give me if this not for me, give me a sign.
Yeah.
Go out, catch 9 balls, no drops. I'm like, okay, this must be for me then. Yeah. So I feel like that's the game that really got me my confidence. And then we go out, next game, Montana State. Situation with that. We should have won. We ain't gonna.
That game was crazy. That's when I found out Hendricks was a dog. That's the game I thought, like, okay, he's playing. Because that little number 2 talking so much smack to him. And he got moused twice by Hendricks. One of them was, like, he took it out of the back of his helmet. Right. And I was like, oh, yeah, he's cold. Hendricks, like, he was focused. And I was like, good for him. That was, dude, it was awesome to see that type of stuff. Because that's when I found out, I was like, oh, yeah, he's doing. Yeah. And then when I think, go ahead, you can keep going on the games. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I was just saying, it was a drive. I think it was like the first, second drive. Yeah. It was Hendricks caught a ball, BB caught a ball, I caught a ball, Hendricks caught a ball, BB caught a ball, I caught a ball. Yeah. We drove down field and scored. I'm like, oh, yeah, we got something. Like, we doing something right now. Yeah. And then that game ended up playing out how it played out. They came back, beat us. But it just let me know, like, okay, the chemistry is there. I don't know what everybody else is talking about, but we can really, like, we can each go for 100 every game if we want to. Yeah. And it started playing out like that.
Yeah, because Case was, 500? Like, he was throwing we was 500 a game.
Yeah, like 400 a game type shit. Yeah. And each game, 2 people were having 100 each game. And then the third person was having like 70, 80.
80, but like 10 catches.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we are doing something here. Yeah. And it got to midway of the season, I think we all had over 500 yards. And I'm looking like, damn, this is something special. Like, I never had this before. Like, the JUCO, I was getting like, 500 yards on the year? Yeah. So, and that was just one of us getting 500 yards on the year. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is different. College, you're going to get fed. If you're open, you're going to get fed. And that's what I realized. That's what made me go into the craft of, like, really working on my craft and, like, my feet and my routes. Because when you get open, you're going to get the ball. They're going to see it. They're going to take notice. You're getting the ball regardless. Yeah. So, yeah, bro.
What was your favorite game that year?
My favorite game had to be that Weber State game.
I'm about to say.
Well, Weber State game.
Bro, I kid you not. That was the most. That was a memorable day. Do you remember the conversation we had before?
In the hotel?
That was some shit.
When we go to like 2 a.m. talking about that? Talking about some shit?
Yeah, we was talking about some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that, it was just like, we was up to 2 a.m. talking about it. And I'll never forget, this man gave me the realest advice, and I was like, damn, like, I gotta take it like that. You know, like, I've never had the realest, like, that was the realest advice I've ever had. And then, that was something I like, damn, this is actually, he a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I thought, like, all right, damn, like, I fuck with this man. But we was up to 2 a.m. talking about it.
Game the next morning, too. So
and it wasn't in the afternoon.
In the morning.
Yeah, it was in the morning. So this man had to go to sleep. And I was like, damn, I can't keep bothering this man. So I was like, frick.
The conversation was just flowing, so it was like, I had, like, you was talking, and the conversation would go, like, and then I have some more to say, actually. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro, like, and I seen, like, how you was feeling on the subject. I'm like, yeah, this is something you want to talk about. I'm going to talk. I'm going to let my two, and I'm not going to hold nothing back, because when you going to get the real always. Always good to keep it 100. Yeah. So what we was talking about, you feel me, spit my isms at you.
Yeah, that helped. I was like, shoot, that advice I took, and I was like, dang, like, I really sat back and, you know, I had a lot to think about. But that day, for sure, like, those conversations helped. And then the next day, he goes off for, like, what'd you go off for, like 2 something? Or was it 2, or was it close to 2?
It was close to 2. It was like 170 something.
Bro, he goes out there, you had 2 touchdowns though, huh?
2 touchdowns.
And it was long. Catches. And they were it wasn't no, you know, post that he caught in the end zone. It was stuff where he caught a slant and was gone. And I was like, Bro, you had a game. Yeah, that game.
Game, and a lot of people don't know. I think only you remember Dago.
Yeah.
So after I caught the slant, took that one to the crib. I had like a reverse play, and that's when like somebody like landed on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I took my shoulder pad and everything. I was gonna be done for the whole game.
Yeah.
Dago, you know how Dago get. He used to come in my ear all the time. Like, nigga, you gotta get back out there. Fuck all that. Fuck what they talking about. Put your shoulder pads on, get back out there. That's my brother, man. Shout out to Dago, much love. Put my shoulder pads on. I think the next 2 plays went 95.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, bro, this is.
That was the hardest stuff. And they, what's it called? Coleman had filled your spot that.
Coleman filled my spot and showed his little glimpse of what he can do.
Yeah.
So Coach T was fucking with him after that.
Yeah.
And Hendricks also had 2 touchdowns that game.
He did.
He did. Yeah.
He was. They had the what's it called, the Bay Area dudes talking so much smack, and Hendricks took him over the top twice.
Over the top, and he DM'd Hendricks after the game, talking about, "Oh, y'all did that to me, y'all." I'm like, man,
that's funny. I didn't even know about that. I didn't know that he DM'd that.
Man, he DM'd Hendricks on Twitter talking about y'all did that, like y'all did.
So I gotta like. What was it? It was. What was I saying? It was.
I was watching the game on Pluto.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh man!" Like I'm texting Keandre. I'm like, "Yo, y'all just scored. Let's go!" And then I was like, I was like, "Damn, I shouldn't have sent that text."
Bro, and the crazy thing is, we was popping our shit. We drove down and scored. It was like 10 seconds left. Keandre come off the field. We sit on the bleachers like this. The crowd back there the whole time. We sit on the bleachers, me and Keandre like this. Start popping our shit, talking like this. So we're watching Hail Mary go up. They catch it. Nigga, we did not look back one time. They calling us, number 8, number 11, what happened? I'm looking like, fuck, bro, what just happened? Cause
Dude,
it was,
go ahead.
It was really on some nut shit, like on some movie type shit, bro. Cause like, it never was supposed to happen like that.
You know how many dudes was around that?
Huh?
You know how many dudes was around that?
And around the ball that went up?
Bro, no one jumped. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Man.
I watched the replay because they did it in slow motion. No one jumped.
No one did?
No one jumped. I was like, I think maybe one person jumped, but I was like, the dude is 6 something. He's like 6'7" or whatever he was. He was a tight end, big.
Yeah.
And I was like, everybody else behind him. And we don't have Kempton back there. We don't have someone big back there that hit the ball down or just catch the ball or whatever.
Right.
Like, we don't got that. I was like, so they threw it up in front of T-Rock, in front of B. Miller, in front of Sweeney. I'm like, those are your 3, say they dogs, but those are your 3 smallest dudes that, where's, I don't know. Did we have anybody lengthy? I
think they put Carson somewhere over there. They put me, the next week they put me, Tommie Mall, and Morgan back there. Okay. Just to we was the 3 safeties. We never got to actually run it, but that still was just in case. But back there before it was like 2 corners swinging.
And it's funny too. We go through walkthroughs all the time, and we, say when that stuff goes up, we catch the ball. Like hell, we don't ever think this stuff would go happen.
And it happened. That really blew me though, bro. Like I was on some because we won that. We won a one conference, I believe.
Yeah. So because y'all were what
we finished 3-2 after that. So we would have been 4-1.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, that's just those moments you never think it's gonna happen until it happened, bro.
And no one talks about it either. Not to say it's anybody's fault, but special teams kind of just the play before that. I was like, that's just discipline. You talking
about the kickoff?
I'm talking about the kickoff. That and what they call a penalty after the play or something like that.
Unsportsmanlike.
I was like, that was discipline, really. You gotta know. I was like, so it just move them closer. You all right, they ain't gonna get nothing. Our DNs, they gonna stop them, they gonna get rushed to edge per usual towards the end of the game. So I didn't think of it either. I was like, shoot, y'all about to go home.
This is in the bag. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, dang, y'all finally figured out how to beat Weber out.
Bro, I was popping my shit too, really talking crazy.
And you guys need to play Weber again this year? Do you know?
I think we do play them at the end here. Yeah. The end of the season.
Yeah, that was something.
That's been something that's NAU can't do. Is beat Weber?
Nah, we beat.
Or
Weber.
is it Eastern? I think it's one of the 2.
Nah, we've beat them. They beat them both.
When was the last time you beat Weber?
The first year I got there. So
that was
yeah. Well, I mean, shoot.
But when did you get here?
I got here in 2018, 2017, something like that. Because I got here the fall of 2017, I think.
A year before me. I got here 2018.
Yeah, it was a year before you.
So, that year.
Yeah.
Playoff year. Okay.
Yeah, we could talk about that year. That year was crazy.
This is
What you asked me before? You got to ask me again.
What I said, oh yeah, I said how did y'all lose to a team?
You was really gonna decommit?
I was, bro. Like that's something that I be like joking aroundly saying, but I was type shit, bro. Because it was what is it? San Diego, right?
Yeah, it was.
You don't got no Schollies.
They ain't got no Schollies, but at the same time, they wanted it more than we did that week because we had lost conference, so we automatically thought everybody tapped out. Everybody was ready to go home for Thanksgiving, so everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we going home. We not even gonna be in play. How do we make playoff?"
Well, you lost.
Ain't
the toe. They toe at night, bro.
Okay, I'm about to say they'll be towing no more. You still have that parking pass here?
Yeah. It's a copy though. Cause I made like 3 copies for the whole house.
Smart.
Yeah.
But nah, they so that year I'm telling you, we wanted to go home. Like,
wait, so y'all lost the conference title?
Nah, that was the conference title to Southern Utah that year.
So wouldn't y'all still be in the playoffs even if y'all lost that, or was it like what was the record?
Because our record, I think we had each of the teams we had 1 loss.
Oh, so okay.
So we thought we had 2 losses. I think we had 1 and another non-conference loss. So we were like 10-3 or something like that, 9-3. So we were like, we probably not gonna make it 3-loss team. I don't think we gonna make it. And everybody was talking like, oh yeah, we not gonna make it. That week in practice was, it sucked. And plus Sowers was supposed to be leaving so that year and the next year, and like before Coach Ball got there. So we were like, we tapped out. Like everybody was tapped out. We were like, man, whatever. Like this, our season's over. Like this and that. Didn't nobody want to play that game, dog. I tell you right now. Like when I tell you, we had guys on the team that, that season was over in their minds. Like they didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know specifically because I'm only talking from my perspective. Right. But that week in practice, it didn't feel right. That like talking to people in general, like. You could tell they were over it. They were mad about losing. Like we lost the conference championship. We would have had a ring.
Southern Utah.
To Southern Utah.
It was good back then.
They were smooth. I don't think they were better than us. I think most of the time we beat ourselves. Like I think we had a couple special teams plays that were mishandled. I think we had interception. I think that year we did have Case still. But I think another thing too, if we didn't have 2 things. If we didn't have we didn't have Case from Montana.
You know the game he got ejected?
Yeah. That's that picture he keeps or someone keeps up in the office, right?
I was saying that when he cracked back somebody. And
bro, he did.
Targeting.
And they called that targeting on a quarterback. I was like, it's Montana though.
Come on, bro, it's a quarterback.
In Montana, it's different though. Montana and Montana State, there's some hard teams to beat at their house.
Is Montana harder than like at their crib than Montana State?
Yeah,
because Montana State was like
Montana State was cool. Like they had some skill guys and they had some big dudes.
They had a dude, the linebacker, was in the league now.
And I think he's been quarterback. That receiver / wildcat dude. That he's in the league too. Yeah. I think. But he was from. He's from
Oregon.
He's from Oregon, but he did Servite. Yeah. I was like, he played with Mo. So, that's kind of, I was like, man, that's some, they had some dogs on that team. Yeah. But yeah, that year we lost Case that game. I think if we had Case, we would have won.
What was the score?
Score was close. Lost? Yeah, we barely lost. We lost off of someone not catching a fourth down. Like, ball was in his hands, dropped it in the end zone. One of them.
Was it the tight end?
Yeah.
I'll be hearing about that shit. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna name names because that dude, you know what I'm saying? He was cool. Like when I talked to him, he cool people, whatever. But yeah, that was some stuff. We was all mad. We was pointing fingers. But at the end of the day, like when you play at Montana, the refs not gonna call some stuff. So like Byron, for example, was getting hit after plays. The linemen, they were doing some shady stuff to all the D linemen. They were just getting us out of our game and. Like mentally, we was, you know what I'm saying? So there could be a lot of fingers pointed, but at the end of the day, we didn't make plays when we needed to make plays. I was like, so
that's what it come down to all the time, bro.
Yeah. So then, going from your highs, and talk about your lows. Like, I know you recently just got surgery on your knee, and kind of talk us through that journey.
So like you said, I was coming off probably the best season I've ever had personally, and then going into my senior year, it's all about those thoughts creep in your mind. Like, okay, I gotta have a good season.
Yeah.
The league's right around the corner, league draft, all these people hitting me up, doing interviews, agents trying to get in contact with me. You can't talk to them, but I see everything. Teams calling me.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I gotta ball. Like, this is what I gotta do this season. So first game against the defending champs, I go out and have 100 yards. So I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track. Second game.
Who's that?
Sam Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After the COVID season. So second game, and side throw, in the COVID season, I broke my finger. So I'm like, and I never get hurt. Besides the shoulder, I never get hurt. So I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. So coming into this the last season where I fucked my knee up, had 100 yards. Next game, had 90-some yards. I'm like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm averaging 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm on a perfect track. U of A game come. That's when we had like it was like a 3-quarterback rotation. Like, we was trying to figure out who was the one we supposed to go with. So
I ain't gonna lie, that game looked like y'all just needed to win.
Oh yeah, bro. We was pulling shit out the hat, pulling tricks out the bag.
Bro, shout out your new number 15, by the way. Because
Yeah,
I don't know who he is. I don't know who you are, man.
RJ Martinez, man, the future, man.
Yeah, that I don't know what it is about number 15.
15.
Yeah, because it don't seem like any other quarterback has worked other than 15.
When it comes to the quarterback situation, I think he was just the first one to get comfortable the fastest.
Yeah.
Like, how so when you're the starter, you have the expectation, but so he was like the fourth string at a point. So he had no
was he on scholarship?
Yeah, he was on scholarship.
Okay,
they brought him from Texas, so he's chilling back like
Texas University.
No, just Texas.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
But he's a fourth string. He's like, okay, I'm fourth string. And then weeks go by and he's working his way up. Like, they going through rotation. Like, okay, he messed up. I can mess up, and what? It's still gonna be a 4-man competition.
Yeah.
But so when they called his number, he's acting like he's been there. Like, he's in that pocket breakdown. He's out of there. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's doing. And they was like, okay, he got some swagger behind him.
Yeah.
And so he ended up winning us the game. And
that was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Cause I remember watching. I'm like, and then you was close with them. And I ain't gonna even cap. Like, didn't they just get rid of their coaches or whatever?
No.
Or were they?
That's ASU. ASU got rid of their coaches, I believe.
No, that was U of A. U of A. I read the article and everything.
Who was their coach? Wasn't it like Fisher or something?
Nah, Sumlin or something like that. He was from the dude from Texas A&M. Remember the black coach?
Oh, they had a black coach?
Yeah. So like midway through the year, I think it was after y'all lost or after y'all beat them, they fired him.
Oh yeah, they did, and they held like trials like. They
was pissed. Like, you ain't like, and it's not to say like y'all wasn't doing y'all stuff. It's just to say like U of A doesn't usually lose those games.
It's supposed to be what they call a money game.
Yeah,
like they pay us to come play them so they can beat up on us,
or figure out who's in the rotation, who's not. But I'll never forget that. Like the U of A, they thought like there's some players that were on there. Like my brother pancaked somebody, and he was way taller than Khalil. I was like, bro, this is who y'all future is.
This is not, and when it comes to the skill positions from FCS and FBS, they're not different, bro. It's mainly like the down linemen. They'd be like O-line be like 6'7", D-line exactly. But as far as like the skill positions, it don't really be a crazy difference in size or talent. Don't be a crazy difference in talent from the O-line, just really size. But
I think at the next level though, there are players that just have that there's just something different, like slightly, because like there's some things that you see like that you go, okay, I can see why he's here. You know what I'm saying? Like there were some players that we got a bunch of bounce backs before And you can kind of tell in some of their playing that you're like, all right, I can
It's
see.
the reason why.
I can see. You know, it ain't even to be like hating on them. It's just like what we see.
It's facts, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, go ahead, keep going.
But yeah, but back to the knee. So we beat U of A. Come back and play. That's the third game. Come back and play Northern Colorado. At Northern Colorado. For some reason, like, I think the last couple of years we've lost to Northern Colorado, even though they stayed losing. I don't know what it is, what's in the air or whatever, but so
I hope they need to play them again this year.
We played them again at their crib.
Okay.
At the end of the second last game. But so game's close. This is RJ's quarterback's second game, so now he's actually in the game plan. Now really got to make those reads. You can't just run around no more and scramble and find the open man. You really got to make your reads. So the game started off a little bit slow. And I remember the play like it was yesterday. It was empty left, so put me in the slot. And then I had a drag. Catch the drag, and somebody's on my back. They don't tackle me, but they push me forward. So now I'm falling forward, and I'm trying to catch my balance because there's a bunch of green grass right there. So I'm like, I can turn this up. If I catch my balance, I can turn the ball up. I can get an extra 20.
Yeah.
So I'm falling forward, and I try to catch my balance, and I stick my foot in the ground, and it does like a hyperextended. But it wasn't no like regular like, oh, hyperextended and keep going. It was hyperextended, and my foot got stuck. So my foot's stuck, but I'm falling forward still.
Yeah.
So like, and I'm already bow-legged. So like when I do that, I got a little bend in there, like a little bow and arrow. So I go forward and my foot's still stuck. And off the rip, bro, I hear it pop. Like all the little questions I asked you, do you hear a pop? Did you feel it? Like I felt that and I heard that.
Yeah.
So I do like a somersault front flip, drop the ball. Should have been a fumble, but at that point I'm like, fuck this ball, fuck everything else. My leg is done for, and I know this for a fact. Like,
it's funny. What would Coach Fluke say to that?
Man, I apologize, Fluke, but you know what it is. So you feel me? So like, I dropped the ball on the ground. I'm on our sideline too, and I'm hollering, hysterical. But Coach Taylor right there, and you know, me and Coach Taylor had the exact same injury on the exact same knee in the exact same game our senior season, fourth game of the season, and the way I was screaming. The way I was screaming, he was like, I knew like something similar happened.
Dang.
So I'm screaming, nigga. They coming out there, they asking me questions, they trying to touch me. I'm like, get the fuck off me, get away from me. Like my shit hurt. Like this is a pain. This is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I can't even explain what it felt like. But I'm screaming. They trying to pick me out to carry me to the tent, and I'm like, don't touch me, just leave me here. Like we gotta get you. Like we gotta get you off. Like the game gotta go on. So you feel me?
The game don't go on without me.
Exactly, bro. I was really on that. Like I didn't want to leave the field because I know if I left that field, I wouldn't be back on that field for a long time.
Yeah.
So I had to I wanted to stay there. So they picked me up. First time they picked me up, passed out.
Passed out?
I passed out 3 times from them carrying me to the tent.
How?
Were
you not breathing?
My body went in shock.
Oh.
Like it was that bad.
Yeah.
So they picked me up. I passed out. They got me up again while they carried me over there and passed out again. And then they put me on the table, and I was just passed out of the table at this point. I'm like, oh, he got to get up. Like, so they pour water on my face. I get up like one of those little ice baths. I get up. I look around. I look at my knee again, and I pass out again. And then they pour more water on my face, get me up. And I'm like, oh.
Did you get the surgery out there?
Nah, hell no.
Oh.
Nah, I got a MRI out there, or X-ray. X-ray out there. So when I got the X-ray, they seen I didn't have no.
Because I was just about to ask. How you get on the plane?
Yeah, bro, that was actually hard. So I got the X-ray, and they see I didn't have no like broken bone fragments, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I was over exaggerating. It's probably not that bad, but like moving around, like the process of them giving me an X-ray, like it was painful. Like and the dude out there, he wasn't being like gentle with me. Yeah. So he's like telling me flip around, turning me around. I'm like, get the fuck off me. Like, get your hands off me, bro. Like Gabe, he thought he had to hold my arm back. He thought I was on fire on, bro. Type shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any bone fragments, so I'm calling my people. I'm like, I'm good. I'll be back in a couple weeks. But like I know something's wrong because I can't walk.
Yeah.
And like when I put pressure on that knee, like it just hurts really bad. So we go. That happened September 24th. I got an MRI, I think, that following the next day, and then they say that I tore my ACL. I'm like, okay. Tore the LCL, slightly tore the PCL, and slightly tore the hamstring. So I'm like what the, like, how is all this happening from a hyperextension? Yeah. And they were like, the way they were explaining to me, they were saying this is not even a football. We don't categorize this as a football injury. This is like a car accident, like extreme car accident injury, like trauma injury.
Oh wow.
And it was like, I was like, damn.
Wow.
Like, how long is that gonna how long is that gonna take? Do I have to get surgery?
I'm good next week, right?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, so like what? I'm out a couple of months or weeks and I'm good. And they're like, nah, you're done for the season. I broke down, bro. I'm like, fuck. Cause I was thinking like all the stuff I had in mind that were gonna be accomplished this year coming up.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, all this shit's getting put on the back end. So now, surgery, I get surgery October 5th. And just from there, it was just the whole process of like this is gonna be harder than initially what I was doing. Like the injury, like the rehab part hurts more than the initial injury. Yeah. That's 100% facts. When somebody told me that, I didn't believe it. That's 100% fact, and it's harder because you wake up every day. You got to wake up every day and like, this is what I really signed up for. Yeah. Because a lot of people get injured and they're just like, fuck it. It is what it is.
It's a mental battle.
Yeah. So I had to wake up every day and find my reasons why. Yeah. And it was more stuff I was going through at that time that was really bringing me down. So I felt like I was just getting like.
Could you speak on those or not really?
It's
off camera?
Yeah, I'll tell you off camera type shit. But it was.
Sorry, fine. Sorry, guys.
It was just certain stuff that had me emotionally fucked up, mentally fucked up, and then on top of that, I just got hurt, lost football. So I'm like, damn, I'm really at the bottoms right now. Like, and I wasn't coming out of my room. Got down and weighed again. I wasn't eating. Mom's had to come out here. She came out here for the surgery, but she had to stay out here to make sure like I was like right, like, cause I was fucked up. Like I didn't want to do nothing, bro. When I say nothing, I didn't want to do nothing. Even go to rehab, I was
you had her stay here?
Huh?
So you had her stay here?
No, it was in the hotel, bro. I can't do miles like that.
I'm about to say,
damn, bro.
Oh man.
Let's see, bro. It's just an uphill. It was a mental battle. Like I look back now, and I'm like, damn, I really did that. Like I came a long way. I'm about to be 9 months out. Yeah. And I'm like, I really came a long way.
You projected to play this season? Yeah.
So this is the crazy thing. It's insider trade too, inside scoop. Not that many people know this. So my timeline was end of October, early November. Yeah. And that's damn near season's over. Yeah. But when he was telling me that, like from the jump, I'm looking at him like, I hear you, but I'm not listening. Yeah. Like, so the way I was working after I really got out that slump was like, oh, I'm coming back. I'm preparing to come back first game. Yeah. And in my mind, I knew it wasn't going to be first game, but I'm not missing half the season. Yeah. So the way I was doing my body, going with my PT back home, Mike, shout out to Mike, he was getting me right. Amanda too, everybody's getting me right. And I'm just like, I'm doing rehab every day, Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I'm doing my own thing, hitting on the bike, hitting the pool. Really just focusing on, like, I got to get back. Yeah. So
that's the way you're supposed to do it.
That's the way it's supposed to be done. So I just went back to get a follow-up, like, I think a couple days ago. And now they're talking about early October, late September.
Nice.
So you feel me? So
yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, well, so that just puts me in good spirits. Like, I'm really grinding for what I want. Like, and
are you done after the season? You gonna do another one?
In college? Shit. Nah, I'm on the bigger and better things after this.
All right.
The college life it's fun while you in it, but
towards the back end.
Towards the back end, boy, there's some shit you don't want to do.
So, like, as far as like the mental battles and stuff, like, what were you tapped into that kind of got you through something like that? Because I know for a fact, like, just speaking on like whatever it is I had to deal with, like I wasn't able to find it out till later. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe someone that's going through this, like how did you get through that, or are getting through that every day? Like, what you do? What techniques or anything did you have? Like,
I don't think it wasn't too many techniques. It was, I would say I was in my slump for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I brought up my two homegirls earlier, Kenya and KK, they on the track team here. They was really rocking with me the whole time. Like, when I was in the bed.
Shout them out. Yeah,
shout out to them. It's much love with them. They was rocking with me the whole time. When I say the whole time, when I couldn't walk,
yeah,
even still now, but when I really couldn't walk and really do nothing, bro, they was there with me, like, giving me food, helping me get from here. They was driving my whip, bro. I couldn't shower. Damn, my mama, they was like getting me right. Like, I couldn't do, there was a lot of things I just physically couldn't do by myself.
Yeah.
And they was there every step of the way, bro. Like, just making sure that my head, because they know my goals too, making sure I never lost track of that shit. Yeah. And that means a lot. Like, it's certain people in your life where, like, they can do whatever, like, and you just got them through whatever. And those are two of the people that I can truly say, like, I got them for whatever they need, whatever comes. Though I would just say, like, keep loved ones around you, keep people that got genuine love for you and want to see you do the best things. That's the best medicine for all this shit.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And that's how you got through it? That's
how I got through it mainly. And once I got past the what was me, I still had them in my corner, but now I'm getting my self-confidence back. So it's just like a boost on what I already had.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, that speaks a lot. Yeah, I know. Those are hard to come by, too.
Yeah, bro. It's hard to find real genuine people. Because people, mainly, sometimes people, they just want something from you. Like
they know you're going to get to somewhere. And they're like, all right, you know, let's figure it out. Because I think, I don't know, I ain't never been in that position, but, like, as far as the whole, like, having good people around you, like, I could say, like, keep good company. Like, make sure you keep good company. Right. Because those are the, I don't know, in hard times, that's who's going, you know, you guys got your back.
It make your life easier, bro. Because, like, when you know you love by certain people, it's like, okay, first of all, I got something worth fighting for. Yeah. Like, I don't want to let them down. Yeah. So when you build those relationships, it just boosts you up every day. Yeah. That's what they did for me.
And kind of like, speaking on that, speaking on the time that you've been here, you know, like through all the ups and downs and stuff, like, you know, coming in, like, what can you tell is, like, is there a difference, like, you know, from when you, I mean, obviously, when you first got here, you know, till now, what's been the biggest, like, you know, part of your life that you really been like, all right, this is really, like, helping me, like, build my character?
I think when I first got here, I was focused on, bro, bitches, like, and I say that's a thing, bro. Where like
that's everybody, really.
But these bitches, like, will really, like, take your attention away from what you want to do. Cause
you know, you already know firsthand. Like, you already know firsthand what I had to say.
But it's like, I was to a point where I got here where I'm like, shit, not everything I was doing. I'm not gonna say I wake up and think about bitches. But when I go outside and go to that dude or something like that, I'm like, where the bitches at? Like, I'm looking around, like, okay, who can I talk to today? But as I got older, like, bro, and I'm getting older, I'm like, that shit really just don't even, like, it's not even on my mind no more. I'm so focused on what I'm doing.
It's career. Your career becomes more important. And you start to realize, like that was cool, but
for the time being. When you're young, that's expected too. Like, you got to get that college phase out. Once I got out of that, bro, I ain't gonna lie, COVID had a big part playing that because it shut shit down. Yeah. But, like, COVID really matured.
Was that hard?
It was, because that was like the middle point of, like, my whole turn up phase.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
you finna go up.
Yeah, I'm up, you feel me? Like, and that was my senior year when COVID just hit. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna turn up, I'm finna ball, I'm finna be turning up. COVID hit, shut shit down. It gave me a chance to really, like, enjoy my own company, in a sense. Like, I didn't have a hard time doing that before. Like, I always had to be in the mix. Now I be by myself.
That's facts. Yeah.
I could enjoy it, just like, I could just chill here, bro. TV off, just chill. And I'm not bored.
That's self-love.
Yeah, bro. And I feel like that's the thing that is important in living life. Like, you got to learn how to join your own company and then love yourself.
Yeah. And do you ever feel like that's kind of what some people miss?
Yeah.
Like, I don't look like you got some years. You got some years to
bro.
get.
Especially when so like when you start enjoying your own company, you don't start trying to be in the mix. Like, you miss out on certain things. Like, oh, right, bro, this is a function tonight. It's gonna be hella bitch, it's free, whatever. I'm like, shit, cool. Damn near. Like, if I miss it, I don't care.
Yeah.
If before, like, if I'm doing, so let's say I'm doing I'll miss some homework. I'll miss a final to go to a function type shit. And now I'm like, bro, I got shit to do, bro.
Yeah.
If I catch you, I catch you. If I don't catch you, it is what it is. I'll catch the next one. And then next one come, I'm cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I was like that a little early.
Yeah, I mean,
because I don't know. It's the whole partying thing. It wasn't really something I was interested in. You know why I was going to most of those anyway.
I never seen you. I think I seen you in Collins like 3 times in my whole life.
Yeah, because that's not something. I mean, just speaking about like on my last year at least. But I didn't understand that part. Like, I didn't understand certain things about like just the mentalities and kind of what. Because I'm not trying to like be so negative towards like any coach or anything like that. You know, it ain't nothing. Like, I had to like think back on like that journey and understand, like, you know, politics happen, stuff happens, and you know they can't help certain players if they don't want to help them. Like, and I held something against certain coaches for a while. I was like, man, nah, like I need to know why. You know, like I wanted to go to the office and call like all the coaches together, just like, hey, why didn't I do this? Because I was like, yo, I was killing it in practice. Like on the scout team, I was like, there were some times where I was getting my brother, and you know what I'm saying, and he about to go play wherever, you know, and I was like dang. And you know, actually, what one coach had told me, you already know who it is, but one coach told me, I go, man, I'm out here getting the best player out here. Yeah, but that's your brother.
That means a lot. From the outside looking in, people will think about that and be like, okay, you know him the best. Like, that's how, from the outside looking in, even if he's giving you the hardest like work he can give you, people will be on that sideline like, man, they brothers, bro. Like,
but my thing is like, doesn't that make it the hardest? Because he knows me just as much as him. You know what I'm saying? I know him.
Man.
Like, there was one point where like I had to get so creative in my releases, like so creative and trying to like get around this man that I kept it so simple at one point, and I was just like, all right, one move and go. Like, I can't spend too much time with this man because he just gonna backpedal, you know, do whatever.
That's what you told me.
Because I was like, because it was true. Did it work? It worked. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, like he gonna backpedal. He gonna, you know, take his time. He gonna do his little thing, and I won't be able to get around him if I take too long. You know, so I had to get one move and go, push his leverage. You know, because like as far as quickness, like I think if I think like I think I'm just as quick as he is. He's fast. Like, once he picks up speed, he's gone. He's beating me. I honestly don't care. Like, you can have that. But as far as quickness, like in 10 yards, like we're about the same. So,
and your feet work was crazy. I know you, like, when you was there, you had pretty much the best routes. You used to say that all the time. You had the best routes, best feet. And that's actually when I started realizing, like, that's kind of more important than speed. Like, I can be fast, but if I can't move you or get around you, then what's really the point?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just finna run fucking go balls all day.
Even though that's your thing.
That's my thing. That's what I do. But like, I gotta master the other stuff. Like, I want to take you over here, run this slant, take you over here, run this comeback.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's what made me realize it was important.
Yeah, and you kind of, I don't know. I think I understood like early how to set up certain people. Like, I understood like, all right, you know, he has trouble getting here, so do this. Like, I'll never forget it. I was at a practice out in Cali with Khalil and Stars. Yeah, I was out in Cali, and I'll never forget it too. Like, one of the coaches is having me like run with some of the other guys, or like the older guys and the guys that are in the league. He was like, "Hey, run with them for me." Like, when they go up, like, can you just do the release
and shit.
Yeah, and just because I was like, I studied that part, that area of my game. That was something that I took pride in because, like I said, I tell people this, or the people that ask, or people I talk to, I tell people I got jammed the first time. The first time I got stuck. The first time a physical guy actually put his hands on me, and then from then on I understood like, yeah, this is not gonna happen no more. Like I took that area of my game serious, and I started like, all right, let me get more shifty. I had to lose a little bit of weight, and then I started to understand my body a little bit better, and then like that area I took like wholeheartedly to where. Like at that practice, that the guys would come inside like, "Hey man, what are you seeing? Like, how did you get around that? Or like, like what did you see when I do this?" And I just mentioned like I just pay attention. It's a lot of reaction. Like there's not a whole lot that you can teach as far as like releases go, because a lot of it's off reaction. You're not gonna get the same, rep, but you understand like when certain guys do certain things, like they'll backpedal and lunge. That's when all right, dip your shoulder, rip and dip, whatever it is that, the coaches are teaching. But that stuff, it helps, it works. But yeah, man, like, that journey was something towards the end, at least, because, I was thinking in my head, I was like, I could have played at any, like, just as far as my journey goes, I was like, I could have played at any D2, but I wanted to be around my brother more than anything, really, because I think if I don't know what would have happened if I would have left, really. That and the outside stuff I was dealing with. I just think, too, like I met, I started going to counseling late. Like if I would have went to counseling like over the summer, or like if I would have went to counseling like sooner about certain things, or if, like, I always think all the time, like, dang, if my situation was what happened sooner, like, imagine how much effort that, like, I would have put into it. Because I was, after what happened, like, I put in so much work into the gym. Yeah. Like, I was in the gym.
You talking about, like, talking to, like, a therapist?
Yeah. Like it ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Sometimes you really just got to talk to somebody.
That's professional.
Exactly, and get your thoughts out.
Bro.
And get feedback on your thoughts. That's very important. Like, man, yeah.
Cause that's my one message to most of the guys that they ask. Like, I always let them know. I think my message for, like, what was it? I think it was the when the seniors, they said their thing. They said their stuff before they left.
Man.
I think my thing was, don't. What'd I say? I said, you never know what someone's going through, and I appreciate those guys that came up to me and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, I appreciate y'all for that, because you just don't know what certain guys, what's happening, around them in their everyday life. You just never know. And so I appreciated people like that, and I was like, dude, that to me, like, it really showed me a lot. But I think as far as certain coaches, like certain coaches specifically, like there were certain times where you couldn't go to them. Like, what I'm saying? Like,
trust them. You gotta be able to trust the people you're talking to. Like,
could you say you trusted all your coaches like that you had?
No, not all of them. To this day, I have more. I try to build different relationships with other coaches, but like in the past, certain coaches I just didn't really feel like I can go and tell them whatever. Yeah. Like my coach right now, Coach T. I feel like I could chop it up with him about pretty much everything. So I don't really sugarcoat. I'm not really a person to sugarcoat anything, but if I don't trust you as much, I just won't. I'm not quick to volunteer no information. Yeah. You feel me? So, yeah. But when I'm talking to Coach T, I really don't got no filter type shit. So, yeah.
It's always a blessing too having those coaches around, because I think my high school coaches still, like, I got one coach that was there, Coach Hicks. Shout out Coach Hicks. And I don't know if Coach Alvin will ever see this, but Coach Alvin too, like, where I had those guys, like, they were pushing you, or they push you to a certain extent, but they'll also tell you why they're doing it, or, what's going on, or, why things, happen a certain way, but they'll always be there for you. And they always, like, let you know, like, hey, you can come and talk to me about anything. Like, ain't nothing like they hold back. You know,
Some coaches say that and don't mean it though.
No, yeah.
I've had coaches.
No, there's a lot of coaches that say it. You know, you could talk to me about anything, and then when it's time for it, either they don't have the time or they don't want to put the time in, or there's just something off about certain coaches, like that just to just have that. And you know, if any coach hears this, like I think, like you know, you build those guys relationships that you hold a lot of power in your hands,
and it will make them play harder for you on that field. If a player actually values your relationship, he doesn't want to embarrass you on that field. So you feel me?
He gonna run through that wall.
He gonna run through that wall for you. So if I had to like, how many coaches actually trust? I think my trust grown more like as I got older. Like I knew the politics when like from Pop Warner to high school, hella politics in high school. So I was never the guy until my senior year in high school. So like growing up, I was like, man, I know I'm better than you, bro. Why are you playing over me? Like that's what I used to say in my mind all the time. Like, and it's all politics at the end of the day. Like,
man, you think that's bad? Try watching people get thrown out of bounds. Watching people get thrown out of bounds. And you looking at the coach like
that would never happen to me. Types like, what? Like that would never happen to me. But you got to think about it like this. Like as far as especially with the
not you specific.
No.
Okay.
I ain't talking. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But bringing in them young guys, like let's say you got a younger guy, like a freshman, and you like a junior, senior, like they trying to mold them now. That's like when you see these NFL teams taking these rookies. Like in my team, I'm a Niners fan. Jimmy Garoppolo, he doing what he has to do to get us to where we're at. But they want to build around Trey Lance. That's why they brought him in. Yeah. So when you're a senior and a freshman comes in, ideally they want that freshman to play. Yeah. But like sometimes they're just not mature enough to step into that role.
Hey, just speaking on that real quick, you a Niners fan?
Bang bang Niners gang, nigga.
I'm just saying, how you feeling?
I mean, we get to where we need to be. 5 Super Bowls. That's
no. I meant just as far as you know, y'all have had it rough these past couple of years. Like,
I mean, shit, we had it rougher. I mean,
they better bring Debo back.
If Debo don't come back, I'll go over there and be the next Debo. You feel me? But no, man, it's all you got to get your quarterback established. I think they're gonna start going with Trey Lance now, even though Jimmy G's still there. That has to be.
He's not at OTAs or anything right now.
It's not at OTAs, but
I think Debo, I see him working out a couple times, but he's not like with the team yet.
So we got to get it figured out. And
Dude, they can't bring Debo back. Debo is
That's a big hit. That's like a Tyreek generational.
And he's not even Tyreek. I don't think. How about this? I think he is. I think, considering how much he does for like y'all, like the offense, not a lot of people know how to use him probably because they'll throw him in the same situations. But you know, what if like that doesn't work? Because that squad is nice. Like y'all don't y'all have Trent Williams on the outside blocking? That man is a
He's
unit.
moving like you're running back.
Brandon Ayuk, he cold. Yeah, I like his game. Kittle. Y'all have offensive weapons. Then y'all have Mostert, but y'all just
traded him to Miami.
Just traded him, but y'all also got Williams, right?
We got Mitchell. Mitchell. The rookie just went for over 1,000 too, so that's probably why they traded him. But
and then y'all defense is pretty solid.
We just got rid of Tart, Jaquiski Tart. Just sent him to the Eagles. But we always got some players who don't really do nothing coming in. They just come in and ball. So I'm not too worried about that part. Yeah.
But how you feel about let's call it like that interception they dropped?
Man, it was him who dropped it too, bro. But you catch that, we win. You dropped it, we lost. So it's like.
That's why I'm asking. I didn't know how you felt after that night,
bro.
Because don't get me wrong, I'm a California native. I don't have a team though, so I don't rep. I wasn't going for LA or 49ers. I liked a good game. Towards the end, I started noticing all right, the 49ers, they kind of the underdog in this. So I always liked the underdog. I was like, all right, let me just, I'm going for the 49ers. So the whole time, I'm like, oh, snap. They just, Debo just broke for whatever, 40, 30. 30-yard run. I'm like, oh, they actually sticking around with this team because the Rams were supposed to be just
kill everybody.
After they beat Tampa, they was supposed to just run through everybody else. And I'm like, nah, the 49ers, you guys have had their ticket.
Yeah,
like,
bro. I think we beat them in the regular season
twice.
Earlier. Yeah, so it's like I'm thinking. First of all, it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah,
3 times. All right.
Yeah,
but we was on their ass. He picked that ball. There's no doubt we win that game. There's no doubt. So when he dropped it, I'm like, I've seen this movie before. And then it played out the way it played out. But I mean, being from LA, I'm not mad. Well, of course I'm mad, but I'm not mad that they won it all.
Yeah.
So it was a win-win anyway.
Yeah, because, I mean, shoot, they wound up going. And then I was also going to ask if, like, Odell's story, if that kind of gave you.
Dope.
Yeah, so, like, if I was going to ask if Odell's, like, his little journey that he going through, I mean, twice on the same knee, that's tough.
It's real tough, and it's tough to keep going when it keeps happening. His journey is real motivational, though. Like, I see the stuff he's doing, the work he's putting in, and I'm just looking at it like.
Did you watch that documentary that he put out?
The
little video he put on his website?
I didn't see the website. I seen one on Instagram. Yeah. Actually grabbed a little snippet from it. And but yeah, bro, he's still coming back. He's not like he's losing a stride. That's why I feel like they were so difficult to stay with, because you got Cup. You had Robert Woods when he was in there, Van Jefferson, and Odell. You can't really double nobody. You double Cup, them 2 other ones can work. The one-on-one matchups.
Van Jefferson ain't no scrub.
Yeah, ain't no scrubbing. They just got Allen Robinson too, so they got Allen Robinson, and they went and signed. Who else? They signed somebody on defense.
They just re-signed Aaron Donald.
Didn't they get Bobby Wagner?
Bobby Wagner.
Where is all this bread coming from?
Colony, he from my school too.
Where is all this bread coming from?
Dude, they the Rams, man. They just won the Super Bowl. It's LA. Plus, they not paying Bobby Wagner that much. Nah. It ain't like what he probably was making in his. He's not on the back end of his career, I don't think. Is he considered on the back end?
I would say he's still one of the best linebackers in the game. You look a little bear.
What the heck?
Damn, boy. Damn.
What the heck? Bro, that was recorded the whole time. Bro, that was crazy.
Oh, real lit.
He just spazzed out on me. I was like, yo.
What the fuck? I'm fucking dead. That's. Damn. Nah, but but yeah, LA is a prime spot, bro.
You big on that though.
God, man.
You big on that.
That shit's
people see you not afraid to tell them.
What?
Must bucket.
You know it's the crazy thing. Somebody just said the other day, because I was talking to somebody, and like, if somebody has something in their nose and their teeth, I'm telling them, and then people around they laughing. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you when like you have that, so I'm gonna get you right every time. Yeah. I guess most people don't do that. I don't know, but yeah, I don't motherfucker need a bath. Yeah. But yeah, bro, LA is a prime spot for like all sports.
In general,
you can get moved. You see the little deal they signed, like they pre-draft video. It was like a production film.
Oh nah, I didn't see that.
They made like a whole film with like Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Odell, Sean McVay. It looked like an actual like movie trailer.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Like just to announce the draft picks.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody wants to be there. You see Lincoln Riley. You see what they gave him.
Yeah.
You see what they gave the receiver who committed there from Pitt that won the Biletnikoff.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. That was crazy.
Man.
They got a Biletnikoff receiver who's really good, actually.
Very good.
And I want to see if USC can make some noise this year.
They got.
Because they always run over the hump. Every West Coast team, Pac-12, always got to run into a Big Ten. Mm-hmm. They beat a Big Ten, though, in Penn State like 5 years ago, something like that, when Saquon Barkley was there.
Yeah.
That's when no one knew him, though.
Yeah.
Like that. No one knew him like that. But they won they beat them in the Rose Bowl. They beat Notre Dame. But when they get to the SEC, like Alabama, USC, that game was so hyped.
They start popping that shit.
And they just, I was like, yo, what happened? You know?
That's why all these, Texas dudes and those country dudes, they be thinking, oh, the West Coast is soft. Just they're like, nah, man, it's just different.
Yeah, we don't even know how to explain it. Like that football is different. Like you see the whole thing's going on with like Texas A&M and Alabama. They firing at each other.
Yeah.
That game gonna be so crazy,
bro.
Because they just beat them, and I don't know. Nick Saban was talking about he buys his players.
It was because he was saying that because the dude who committed Jackson State, I think it was the #1 DB. He committed Jackson State over
Why
Bama.
are you telling Deion Sanders that stuff? That to me didn't make no sense because HBCUs, they don't got the money. They got bread like that.
How you gonna buy somebody? Come on, they gave him $1 million.
Now, he went there because of Deion Sanders.
Deion one of the best corners ever. And you play the position, the best.
He's arguably.
Man, you play the position, of course. Why wouldn't you want to be coached by him?
Yeah, because other people might say something different, but yeah, he for sure. To me, he was the best to ever do it.
Man, he playing both sides of the ball. The other dude, I think his name is Travis, who just committed there. He doing the same thing, like following the same blueprint. So why wouldn't you want to follow the dude, the man who created the blueprint?
Yeah.
It makes sense, but. You know, when that whole thing go on, talking about you buy players, I don't know, it just seems like spiteful to me.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you know, whatever's going on behind camera, that's still gonna catch up. But
I mean, the NLI is out now. You can do whatever you want.
No, you can. You know, that's another topic we could talk about. How you feel when that happened?
I mean, being at a smaller school, you don't have the same opportunities that these guys at the bigger school are getting. But, I mean, go get your chip.
I mean, all y'all got to do is get a blue check on NAU football.
We don't have a blue check, huh? We get a blue check. Everybody get a blue check.
Yeah, y'all can start getting blue checks on that.
But
they got to push for it, too.
They do. But it's like.
And then y'all can push. Because you notice that everybody that like signs for a school that has a blue check on it, they get blue checks right away.
Yeah,
even before they're on there, they get little blue checks before that. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's crazy as hell, bro. If I get a,
you think that? And real quick, you think that stuff matters in the world? Like
blue check depends what you're talking about. Like, if you want to like do like business ventures, they're gonna look at the blue check and like, okay, they're gonna look at a blue check before, not a blue check.
Yeah, because I think it's a scam.
Because you verified. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, if we're talking about like.
They're still scamming blue check people.
I mean, I'm getting DMs all the time talking about you can buy a blue check, purchase authentication, all that, bro. So you feel me?
You think that's the real?
Hell no. I would have been through my little $50 in there and got my blue check if that's the case.
Yeah.
But nah, bro. I mean, it depends what you want. If you're looking at just for like girls, you know, girls chase that blue check.
You think so?
Yeah. I know so. A lot of my niggas got the blue check.
That's all
that's all you gotta do. About. I mean, not all women, obviously, but like you DM a bitch with a blue check, and she's damn near liable to just where you at.
I mean, people think that, but it's like, what is he doing?
And blue check don't mean you got a blue check in real life.
Yeah, because they think those things pay for bills.
They don't pay for nothing.
Yeah, they think those things pay for bills. They think, you know, certain stuff don't pay the bills.
Look good. Look good for sure, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and a lie. I think it's a good opportunity. It's gonna shake up the game of college football for sure.
Do you think it's gonna backfire?
It will.
Because they're talking about a lot right now because they gonna think like, you know, certain players gonna how do you explain it? Certain players gonna have like different feelings about it. And they might get people that you know, dang, this dude make more money than me. Like we going to the same school and I'm putting up just as much numbers as he is, but you know, he's bigger on social media, so they giving him more, and it's like where mine at? You know? Yeah,
bro. Like for example, the dude from Texas, running back, who just had an NLI with Lamborghini.
Yeah,
Lamborghini, bro. That's crazy as hell. Did they give him a Lambo? Like you got to think about like all this. Like they're cashing him out, and like,
how does that work? By the way, he a football player. What that got to do with a car?
He just has a lot of following on social media. I think he has like a couple 100,000 on social media. So it's just like you just sponsoring Lamborghini in a sense. You just drive around Lamborghini, they give you one. Whether it's a random, whether they just give it to you. You just drive around this, post it.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people getting sponsored with like Raising Cane's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Raising Cane's wouldn't be too bad, though. But we already had that sponsor, 2 years ago?
Yeah, bro.
By the way, that's good. And then you ruined it for me. I'm sorry.
Raising Cane's?
Coach Sowers ruined that for me.
Cold Cane's on a 2-hour trip.
Dude, it was Cane's. But my senior year, we had Chick-fil-A. So we got the chicken sandwiches, the biscuits.
But they giving you the chips, and then we don't get no fries.
Oh, nah.
I want to feel that. And I don't like them biscuits. They dry them motherfucker.
Well, I didn't mind the biscuits. We also had the burritos.
Burritos good.
Burritos were cool. Good. They were stuffed. I ain't gonna lie. The salsa is what made that burrito though.
She was good.
I wasn't a big. I always had half the burrito because I wasn't a big fan of like the cheese. There's a lot of cheese in that mug.
We getting Jimmy John's now.
Oh yeah.
Let's give us.
Well, we had Jimmy John's too. I think on plane rides.
I'm not fucking with no Jimmy John's, bro. I don't like cold
What
cuts.
you want?
Huh?
What you want?
If I can pick the meal, is it for everybody or just me?
I mean, obviously it's gonna be for everybody. It ain't just Stacy.
I mean, if it depended on where we was at, if we go to school in Cali, give us In-N-Out. If we go to Texas, give us
it's not that expensive.
A crab boil or something.
Bro.
But everybody gets a crab boil, but I love crab boil, bro. But In-N-Out would be cool. Like In-N-Out's everywhere.
We have some. Where did we go? We had some barbecue one time. That was fire. I think we went to. So the year before you got there, we went to Portland State. And we had barbecue on the ride back. That was fire.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's just something like that, bro. Not always just cold cuts. Some people, I don't like cold cuts. I don't like ham and shit like that. Like, that's not my preference. So like, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna pick it apart. I'm gonna eat the cookie or whatever. But I just want something everybody can enjoy. You know what I mean? Instead of just.
But so you get them. So let's say In-N-Out, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, what else? Like, because the In-N-Out ain't out here. So what about out here? Like on the ride over there,
McDonald's.
Now you tripping.
I'll take McDonald's.
You want your players to perform? They're thinking about it though.
On the ride where? On the ride to the plane? We get McDonald's.
Oh, no, not on the ride to the plane. On the ride to the plane, we had Chick-fil-A. So I mean, they're thinking in terms of like, all right, what's gonna fuel your players? What's gonna stick? That stuff, you're going to get a lot of players that hey, coach, I got to use the restroom. I got to use the bathroom. You're going to get a lot of that, you do that.
You're going to get a lot of that.
I mean, that's McDonald's.
You going here, you could do Five Guys. You could
do the same thing.
I mean, just something that like tastes good and can fuel you.
That's not going to stay. Come on now. You know that stuff ain't going to fuel. That ain't gonna.
I mean, it's going to satisfy me. It's going to sit in my stomach.
I mean, okay. But
that's what I meant. Like, satisfy me. Like,
okay.
If I take a bite of Jimmy John's, I'm damn near disgusted. After, like no cap, I'm damn near, I'm damn near just like
too much lettuce and tomato,
too much lettuce, too much ham, and then they give you mustard, like
too much ham. Ham's the only thing on there.
Yeah, bro. They gave us
plain stuff.
They gave us Arby's one time. You see it on my snap? We ain't gonna get into it, but that was a funny day. That was a real funny day.
That must have been a low time. They must have been struggling.
No, that was right after the Chandler scrimmage. They gave us Arby's.
Bro, they could have got anything else. They got you Arby's.
I've never.
They could. It's Chandler. You're in Phoenix, Arizona. Like you're in Arizona. Like you get to the heart of Arizona. Yeah. And they give you Arby's.
Arby's.
You could have had Hawaiian barbecue. Y'all could have had pizza. Y'all could have had anything else. But y'all got Arby's.
I feel like I can make everything on that Arby's menu right there in that kitchen. That's why it's like shit like that, bro.
You can make anything on it.
What? A roast beef sandwich, a ham sandwich. They sell ham sandwiches.
Well, yeah,
ham and cheese.
Make that at home.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But it's like
you can do the cane stuff at home too.
You can.
You can do the make the sauce. You gotta find a way to make that sauce. That's what makes the burger.
I actually don't even I don't like canes unless it's free.
I haven't had canes in a minute. I've actually been eating pretty healthy.
You vegan now?
Nah, I eat vegan stuff though. I'm not vegan myself, but I do the vegan protein. It's just cleaner. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff I can't read. Like there'd be the list be like this big, and with little print that you can't read oxytocin. Like
They're trying to get you.
I'm like, yo, this is how what's called DeAndre Hopkins. He got his stuff. Like that was crazy to me. He a clean player, and just to hear that, and I was like,
that was shocking.
Dang, like
it was very shocking actually.
Yeah, because he one of those dudes where you look on his what's called like his Instagram and stuff. He's promoting clean health and doing it the right way. So I was kind of surprised that they found there's somebody that did something.
You could tell it was intentional. Like he didn't know.
But NFLs they punished other people before. They got to do the same thing. So a lot of it is up to Roger Goodell. But yeah, as far as that stuff goes, clean eating, that definitely I definitely been on that, and you know about it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you was with Chance for a month. Chance a vegan, ain't he? Or mostly? He did the vegan diet once.
He did. He was doing it. He was eating some crazy shit, too. I was looking at his bowl, looking at mine, looking at his pops, like, he was like, I got you. I was like, I can't eat that. And he was faithfully doing it. That's hard to commit like that. He was faithfully taking down veggie bowls, fucking cauliflower.
Nah, see, I wasn't doing that. I have the vegan meals. Like if, for example, like I don't like to eat too heavy. On the weekends, I have my cheat meals, whatever. Like I'll be eating like fried chicken and stuff, but I only have that one meal, and then I have something light at night. And that's me. That's just because I gotta look the part when I go into work. Like I can't just be eating like crap, and I only work out maybe once, twice a day. It's just crazy how you could burn less calories than you will eat. Like you'll eat 2,000 calories in one burger, and you ain't even get to the fries yet. But you only burn off 500 of those calories. Like so in my head, I try to even it out a little bit. Because I gotta look the part. I gotta make sure I'm functioning well. I gotta make sure I can't be too heavy. Can't come in with freaking grease stains on my shirt, and I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, hey, y'all eat healthy. Y'all make sure y'all eat healthy.
So you're setting an example. You're trying to set an example.
Trying to, yeah. Because like I'm not trying to be one of those like guys that, oh yeah, you got to eat like this, but then I'm not doing the part.
Right.
Like I'm one of those people right now, especially being in the profession at personal training. Like you have to walk the walk.
You always wanted to do that? Like sweet feet?
Nah, just like not always, but I kind of was that kid that always helped other guys out. Like in high school, I was the guy that, hey, let me come train with you, because my work ethic comes from someone that I watched growing up too. Like comes from my dad and my mom, while watching them like work every day. I think over the summer, one summer, my senior year, it was 5 a.m.s. My dad would take us to the gym, like, and at the time I was very hard headed. I still am, probably. He'll tell me, but he would take us to the gym. Hey, come work out with me. I didn't really want to. I wanted to do my own thing, so he took us there. You know what I'm saying? He got me there. He gave me a booklet. He gave me he led me to water. And then I chose to drink that water. And all right, I'll take the booklet. I'll follow whatever it says. I'll pick the workouts I want to do, and I went that way when I first started, but. Yeah, that work ethic had really set in, and then like ever since then, I don't think it stopped. Like there was all these things that I thought like I could get better at, like I wanted to be good at, but it got to a point where I wanted to work out with one of the older cats, Samaje Grant. He went to U of A. He's playing overseas right now. I think in Japan as well, and he's from Compton, California, but he came over to Colony High School. So he was somebody that I looked up to as far as work ethic. Like that was my age. And I was like, oh snap. Like I would watch him every day. He was doing the craziest workouts, like 100 yard, walk-in lunge with barbell, like in high school. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his work ethic and mentality was just crazy. And I wanted to be on that level as far as that. So I was like pushing myself. I don't think, and I don't know if he'll ever see this. I don't think he's ever seen these episodes, but that's someone I really like looked up to as far as that. So kind of moving forward, it kind of like trickled down. So then I started doing it, and then other kids wanted to like, hey, can I join you? Can I help you out? And I'll tell them like how to work it, how to do things, how to do certain drills, how to, and I just had that in me. So I was like, I want to say my senior year, I started realizing like, dang, personal training, I like it because I enjoy being in the weight room. That was one area I think that all my problems were gone. I think I was able to focus more in the weight room because I focused on myself. Like that's the one area that I could say like I didn't feel like left out, or I didn't feel like nah, the numbers gonna talk here. You know what I'm saying? Those coaches, they had no bias. Like they had bias for the guys that are, the better on the team, but like as far as everything else goes, like they had no bias. Like there was like you gonna throw up the weight, and you might lift just as much as that star guy, or even more. And it's like I felt good in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. As a receiver, I was putting up I was working out with Chance. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was lifting with him. Not saying I was like he obviously lifted more, but I was trying to keep up with him. Like as far as that stuff goes. So
yeah, more in the weight room. That's like I think it's more even out. Like on the field, I don't really think like people say you can get faster, and you can get faster, but like as far as like what you can do in that field is just God-given talent. You can always craft your skills, but you're gonna be able to do talents you were born with. In the weight room, you can always get stronger. Like coming in, I couldn't bench 225 until probably fucking like a year and a half ago.
You can bench 225?
I knocked out 225.
Okay.
I knocked that out like 6 times, but I'm trying to get to 10. But yeah, bro.
Nah, this is tough. I ain't gonna lie. I'm at 8 right now. On a good day, I'm at 8 with no help. On struggle days, on the days that I kill my upper body first and then try to hit that 2 place without it, I'm at 6 by myself, and now I gotta hit the other 2. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's
bro. And like when you do strides you can see your strides in the weight room more than on the field. Like little, like you can just know when you're getting stronger. Like I can feel. Like 225 starts to feel like 185. All that starts to feel pretty light after a while, and I like that. Yeah,
cause that's something I took pride in, and that's where I was like, oh yeah, like I for sure can do this. Like I wanted to do, I wanted to be a GA for the weight room, and I wanted to like get into that because I thought like, oh yeah, I'll excel in here. But then COVID happened, and they had, like at one point they had no season, and then. I think you got to be in specific programs for that. So I was like, I'm in, human relations. I'm not trying to, I won't be able to get into a weight room right now. So I had to wait, and then the opportunity came when Khalil was doing his pre-draft stuff, and Coach Thompson, the DB coach, he introduced us to him, and he was the one that said, hey, I got a guy down in Phoenix you can work out with. And he worked Khalil out for free. He was like doing all that stuff. Like he paid it forward. Like paid it
Sweet
back.
feet.
Yeah.
Coach Thompson here introduced you to him.
Yeah.
Jesse. What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like that was a blessing in disguise because he like introduced us and or he introduced Khalil and Khalil met up with him. And I think in camp, he was at the Baltimore camp. And they were saying like he had the best like technique. Like his technique was flawless. Like as far as that stuff goes, and that spoke a lot about like the work he put in and the coaching that he was getting. And Coach Thompson.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, so he had that connection and like he showed us a lot. And he's a hard worker himself. So I thought for sure like. All right, do you guys have any openings? Like, that's when I, took it more serious and started talking. Like, hey, do you guys need some help? Do you guys have a strength coordinator? I'm in the weight room already. Like, I kid you not, at one point, I was, just a workout fanatic. That's all I did all day. Like, it was just to get my mind off certain things, especially after season. Like, I was in the weight room, all the time. I wasn't one of those guys where I could come in, yo, what's up? There's some guys that could do that. That shit is crazy to me. I'm one of those people that I came in, I just worked. I just was working out, working.
Clocked in, clocked out.
Yeah, but it was long hours, maybe 2.5 hours for a workout. And I'll never forget So what I was going through, like that. So remember I told you about that Sunday.
Yeah.
That Monday, like people have choices, and goes back to Coach Ball. Like you got a choice. Like you can get up, you know, and sit there and dwell in what you kind of had, like kind of went through, or you can like do something about it, or you know what I'm saying, like kind of progress and move forward and move on, or like help yourself. And I was like, all right, like I'm gonna go to the gym. My boy hit me up. I had a choice. Like my boy hit me up. I was like, all right, let's go to the gym. Like you know, so yeah, like I was 4 times a day on it, and I was like, dude, I was in it. I was like, man,
feeling good,
feeling good, but at the same time, like feeling bad. Like there's just some things, you know what I'm saying? Like just so I was like, all right, like. You know, I started paying more attention to workouts. I started paying more attention to what works, what doesn't work. You know, like I started looking around and seeing like what other people were lifting, and you know, and then I started noticing like, all right, like especially to get like super big, like there's some stuff you gotta take.
Yeah.
Like there's some things that guys were taking, but I wasn't like trying to get into all that. But yeah, like I think that's what really got me into it. I fell in love with the gym. Like I fell in love, like even during football, like I loved the gym. Like that was the area that I felt like everybody was the same, you know. Like out on the field, the coaches they you know pick their favorites and hey come work, but in the weight room, like everybody was the same.
You gotta really work for it if you really wanna.
And the running too, like the conditioning stuff too. Everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. You know, you might come in behind somebody, but you might get them in the next drill. You know, because you can do things better than them. So, you know, for example, I'm not gonna beat Khalil on the strides, but the longer we do it, the more I know. All right, I got
you gonna catch up.
Yeah, like that's just as far as Khalil goes. Like everybody else, kind of the same thing. Like I have more stamina in certain things, and you know, I feel like yeah, everybody was tired, but it's like that second gear that kicks in that you know keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting. So that's kind of where I was at with it.
It's the message of the day, man. Keep fighting. Keep pushing.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Nah, but I appreciate you, you know, coming up on here, speaking to the people.
It's all love. It's all love, man. I appreciate you giving me the chance to pop my shit.
Yeah, man. Nah, this is something that was needed. I think for myself included, because you know they know a lot about that, about your journey, man. It says a lot. You know, we wish you nothing but the best. All right. And you know, say what you said, man. We appreciate y'all. The other host couldn't be here today. They had stuff to do, but you know, they in spirit, they here in spirit. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. Like, comment, save, subscribe to our channel, man. We appreciate y'all. Say what you said. We out.
Hardly talking in these hallways. Barely moving like we knee deep in snow. Trending habits that we can't break. Pollute our minds, now we all fiend for more. Basically living like pine.